Right, what was I doing? Yeah, talking to this guy, that's right. You want to talk to me about a job? Yes, I do. Thank you for coming so promptly. He takes a deep breath, slowly releases it, and looks you in the eye. Tell me, what do you know about the Humanist Poli Club? They're an anti-unit. They're monsters. A label that would not apply to many people, but the leadership of Humanists are deserving of the title. They're corrupt, angry young humans into bile-spewing hate mongers. Their bloody rhetoric helped instigate the Night of Rage. Keep talking. Yesterday, I overheard one of my assistants talking on his comm. He was yelling, clearly agitated. I questioned him, and he confided in me what he told me. Made my blood run cold. I guess where this is going. Humanists is planning something, an attack of some kind? Yes, I believe so. The Berlin chapter of Humanists has arranged to acquire a large shipment of extremely hazardous chemicals. Their leader, Volker Stahl, is a vicious ideologue. It goes without saying that whatever he intends to do with it won't be good for us. I agree. Nothing that Humanists is involved in could possibly be good for anybody. What makes you think to talk to me? I'm no more human than you are. Many of the smugglers are metahumans. If you travel with them, Humanists will allow you to enter their compound. The rest is up to you. How would Humanists deal with a metahuman-run operation? Presumably because they're the best option available. Stahl is nothing if not pragmatic, and not a pragmatist. He will work with metahumans when it suits him to do so. When he's finished with them, he'll discard them and move on. It would just be easier to hijack the shipments while out to get to the Humanist compound at all. No, stopping the shipment would not stop Humanists. They would merely acquire another. For a pack of snarling racists, they're extremely well funded. No comment. Let's talk compensation. What does this gig pay? I have contacted your sister organization across Berlin. Contacted sister organizations across Berlin and taken up a collection. Between us, we have raised 22,000 yuan as part of as payment. Trust this will suffice. I'll do it. Count me in. Excellent. I am relieved. I'll make the arrangements for your meeting with the smugglers. Their leader is an elf, calls himself Maxim. Take the U-Bahn to Schattenest, and you will find him waiting there. Best of luck to you, and good hunting. Now that you are doing great things for the metahumans of Berlin, your efforts will not go unrecognized. I agree. Your workstation and mission computer. The command center of the team operations Oh, I read that several times. New messages. Withheld. We would like to arrange a meeting between you and one of your representatives. You will find him at the cafe nearby. His name is Luca Durer. He will be expecting you. Come alone. Alright. Here you will find a complete transcript of my conversation with Herr Fox, a potential client. The job seems to be relatively straightforward and the payout is reasonable. One word of caution before you proceed: there are aspects of this run that you might find morally troubling. Be sure to read and understand the specifics of the job before accepting. If you do not accept, you will be expected to carry out the requirements of the job in full. After reading the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond in an affirmative, our client will be notified and I will make all necessary preparations for the run. Amsel, yes, I am here. To whom I am speaking? You may call me Herr Fuchs. Very well. Please describe the work that you would like to do. Straight to the point. I am like that. Very well. I would like to retrain your team services to clean up the mess. Go on. My employee dispatched a team of operatives to conduct quiet operations at a local sharing Pharma AG lab. Unfortunately, they botched the job. The team was eliminated, but they have reliable information on one of the operatives has been taken captive. If the Stroke agent were to spill information leading back to my employers, it would lead to a corporate war. A great many lives could be lost. My employee would like nothing more than to prevent such a tragic turn of events. I see, you wish to retain my services as to tie up loose ends? Exactly. The captive operative is rigger by the name of Thorvald Enstad. We need him neutralized before you can inform on us to his captors. As Enstad and his team have already put up the facility on high alert, stealth will not be an option. Your team will be needed to shoot its way in, eliminate Enstad, and exit the facility. Straightforward enough task, well within my team's capabilities. What are you offering in terms of pay? 15,000. This offer is non-negotiable. Very well, I will pass the offer to my team. Very good. Good day, Herr Amsel. Sure, why not? So let's go geek somebody. Alright. Got that drone fixed. Alright. There you are. So you're Kassir, eh? The late Monica Schaefer's replacement. He looks you up and down and then nods. Good. You look the part. Let me get this straight to business. My organization would like to retain your services for the indefinite future, but first, we're asking you to go in a trial run, an audition of sorts, to prove you're right woman for the job. Assuming that you complete this trial on our satisfaction, then we will offer you a variety of simple tasks. All these would be achieved in the course of everyday business. You won't need to go out of your way to expose yourself to much unnecessary risk. For each task you complete, you will be rewarded handsomely, and there will be a bonus when you finish them all. Alright. Who do you work for, and how do I know where to find me? My organization knows everything worth knowing in Germany, including the small pond that is Berlin. Berlin, not Berlin. Yeah. It's in our best interest, however, to remain unknown to the world at large. For the time being, that's all you need to know. What does this audition pay? I can offer you 1,500 Nguyen, but only if you complete the full audition, the run, post-run, interview to our satisfaction. If you fail to perform to our expectations, you will not receive pay, and no further offers will be made. Not much. It's an audition. The purpose of the trial is for you to prove your worth to us, not the other way around. Of course, you're free to decline if you wish, but know that there are hundreds of runners in Berlin who would kill for an opportunity to work with us. You came to you because we think that you see a glimmer of potential. If you prove us wrong, we will happily take our offer elsewhere. Sure, why not? Very good. Now, on the task again. There's a man named Alshire. He is a senior manager at Hermes Eurocom and a respected figure in his community. My organization has also suspect him of working with the pro-corporate extremists. These are actively work to undermine the Flux state and pave the way for a corporate-controlled Berlin. My organization has no more desire to see Berlin fall to the corporations than you do. However, we are hesitant to act on our suspicion without proof. This is where you come in. Keep talking. You'll meet with the team that I've arranged for you and their assistants and their assistants. You will plant surveillance devices in his apartment to take the U-Bahn to Frankfurter Tor and go alone. The rest of your team will meet you there. I mean, sounds simple enough. For one of your talents, it should be. The moment you board the train to Frankfurter Tor, test will begin. I would advise you to bring what you need in terms of medical supplies and ordnance. Once you embark on your trial run, there will be no turning back. After you have planted the devices and verified that they work, come back to me. There will be a brief interview and a post-mortem on the run, if you like, and assuming if I am satisfied with what I hear, I will pay you your first stipend. We will discuss our future. Best of luck. We will be watching. Cool. Maybe something about that magical telephone now. Nope. Der Winkenmüller. I'm guessing this guy probably wants the drug recipe. Yep. Nah. Probably shouldn't have done that, but nothing I can do about it now. Owen figure stands in the U-Bahn station. Deirdre raises his bottle and approaches you and tosses it your way. Tosses it away. Figure run into your boss. Wanted to be sure I caught you before you headed off. He takes a deep breath and slowly releases it and looks at you in the eye. Consider me to talk about the Humanist gig. Go ahead, I'm listening. Well, I've got history with Humanist. I fought him back in '39 during the Night of Rage. Hell of a thing that was. I remember the terror, the senseless violence, the murdered children. I remember the little dwarf boy. They stuffed his body into the gutter, you see her? You can still see his face, all bruised and broken. To this day, it makes my blood boil. Anyway, long story short, we beat him. Berlin's punks and anarchists all came together and we stomped the living druck out of the racist pigs. A lot of the good people died that night, but we put them down, and some of the bad ones too. Let me guess, you want to come with the Humanist run so you can finish the job? It's part of it, but it's not the whole story. I don't just want to come on this run, I have to come. It's my nephew, Alexander. He signed up with Humanist, driven in by the worthless sack of dad, no doubt. By his worthless sack of a dad, no doubt. Ah! I get your father is your brother. His father is a Humanist member too. That'd take a level of conviction and quality that he thoroughly lacks. My guess is that he's treating Humanist as a boarding school. They feed and house the recruits, and that's money that he'd rather spend on himself. So he dumped his boy on them. Never mind the fact that they're fascist swine. Dietrich looks you in the eye. I've got Alexandra. Get Alexandra out of there. You see her before it's too late. Those monsters are experts at warping your minds, and I'd say how disgusted the ideology propagates. So I'm asking you a personal favor to let me come along on the run. I have to get into the compound, because I have to find Alexander. I have to turn him around before those animals mix him into something unforgivable. Of course! Would keep you for something like this. Thanks, boss. Never doubted you'd bring me, of course. You're too good woman for that, but it's time to hear it. We're going to hear it all the same. I mean... Probably wasn't going to bring him, considering that, you know, he's magic and I'm magic, and, you know. As U-Bahn hums towards Frankfurt Tor, you tug idly at the fabric of your maintenance uniform. You found it in a duffel bag on your seat when you boarded, along with a note from Dur to put it on before you arrive. The moment you step off the train, the note said your trial run begins. You are to rendezvous with the rest of your team, reconnoiter the building, and then plant the specified devices in Al-Shari's suite. Beyond that, the approach will be left to you. Do not disappoint us. You are being watched. All right. Actually kind of worried that it froze up there for a second. As you emerge from the dingy confines of the U-Bahn terminal, you step into the light of the day and you find yourself confronted by a wall of muscle and knight-errant uniform. You're with maintenance? It isn't a question. He stands impassively waiting for your response. Yes, sir. Have you seen other maintenance guys around here? Yeah. They've been trickling in over the last 15 minutes or so. I've already done a security check on your entire crew. Everything checked out, so you're good to head into this building whenever you want. Efficient operation you're running here. It's almost as if you were expecting me. We were. No one gets on or off that train without us knowing about it. Don't worry about the all the correct paperwork has been filed. You and your crew are good for the next 12 hours. Good to know that you're on top of things. We're knight errant. Of course we're on top of things. You get what you pay for, and the owners of this building paid for the best. We'll keep up the good work, man. Have a good one. Yeah, man, you too. A young dwarf looks up at you, wide-eyed with apprehension. From the way she's fidgeting, you can tell that she's terrified. She bites her lower lip, eyes darting side to side, and she finally takes a step towards you. Hello, are you Miss Kassir? I take it you're on my maintenance crew. Yeah. My name's Jana. She tries to smile. It falls away almost immediately. Good to meet you, Jana. Are the others still on their way? No, they're, sort of jumped the gun a little. They're inside. Let me get this straight. They charged into the building, and you didn't do anything to stop them. Told them to wait. Our instructions were clear. I said, we need to go in as a group. But they didn't listen to me. They just went on in anyway. Alright, calm down. I see that you have a toolbox. Are you a rigger or something? No, I'm not like that. Not like the others. You should probably know that. So what are you like? I'm a person with a boyfriend and a cat in a shitty apartment. Drecky apartment. Not a career criminal is what I'm saying. I'm just an electrician. You're not a Shadowrunner. What are you doing on this crew? I don't want to talk about it. Let's just say that someone did me a favor once, and that's coming along. And that coming along with this thing is how I pay for that. Pay it back. Look, in the end, it doesn't matter. After you end this run, and you bring me along. It's what they want. All right, come along. We'll stay out of the line of fire. You got me? Gladly. I don't want anything to do with that. Don't even want to be here. Well, I'm sure that you had. Well, I'm sure that we all had things we'd rather be doing now that you said our teammates were inside. Are you certain about that? We'll still be on the first floor. Nobody's getting upstairs until I bypass the security locks on the elevator. That's why I decided to wait for you out here. I figured they couldn't get too far ahead of us, so I didn't go inside with them. Good thinking. Thanks. I just hope they don't screw things up in there. And that I want to get into the things over with and get back home. Right, with you. Let's head inside. Middle of a corporate compound, complete with living spaces and on the upper levels. Yep. As you step to the door, you find yourself confronted by a pair of men wearing the same kind of uniform that you are. Judging by their expressions, there is no love lost between the two. Hearing the door swing open, they turn and face you. The shorter of the two human of the two, a human with arcane symbols tastefully embroidered on his belt, glares at you. You're here, finally. You brought the little mouse of electrician with you. Better than late than never, but not much better. You're tardy enough as it is. He jerks his thumb at the elf standing beside him. I'll leave it to you to keep our pack mule in line. The elf's lips curl into a snarl hanging from his back and a bulging pack that looks incredibly heavy. His broad shoulders sag under the weight of whatever is inside. This picture is amazing. He's as dumb as a post, but can lift heavy things. Might not be bad in a fight either. At the very least, he can soak up a few bullets for the rest of us. Staring daggers at the mage, he spits out a long string of foreign words in a single serranted breath? I don't know what that means. Sound of it is lovely, but expressions leave little doubt about the message behind the words. Is it an ugly little one? Oh, and I hope you can speak Spirithral. He shakes his head in disgust. Damn useless immigrants. Hey, man. Yeah, I'm an elf too, you know. Congratulations. I need to also get your ears checked. I didn't say damn useless dandelion eaters. I called him a foreigner, which he fraggin' is. Oh, and by the way, you think you could have gotten here any late, pal? I got an important meeting to get to, and if I'm late, the Drek's gonna hit the. This isn't getting you to your meeting any faster. Flashes a hateful glance at the dwarf and turns attention back to you. No, it isn't. So let's get this penthouse and plant the cameras. I'll mask them against the direct detection, and then we can all go our separate ways. The elf mutters something under his breath and hitches the bulky pack a little higher on his back. His muscles bulge under the strain of it. The pack looks heavy. I can help you with it if you want. The elf blinks uncomprehendingly and takes a half step back. I told you I can't understand a word he's saying. Nothing come out of his mouth but the pigeon drivel that elves call a language. Sheer Tarangire dialect, if I'm not mistaken. I wish that he'd do all of us a favor and go back. Ellis, address the elf. Can you understand me at all, brother? The elf's dialect is completely foreign. It's quite unlike the form of Spirithral. You've spoken by the elves of Tirnonong. You only managed to catch a few words. You, terrible, insolence of threatening, see if at all. So Lucas sent me in here with a civilian, an asshole, and a guy who doesn't speak German. Wonderful. Your words don't seem to have much impact. The elf scowls deeper. Now that we're all together, let's discuss the approach. Anyone know how we're supposed to get into Alice Shane's penthouse? I do. If you can get me to the audience building access panel. Get me to the building access panel. I don't know why I said audience building. Panel that's on the same circuit as the penthouse. I should be able to put its security systems into maintenance mode. The job will take some creative rewiring with that and our whatever is... Well, that and whatever's in the pack that the elf is carrying. Our employees gave me the schematics. And you know where to find the access panel, Mouse? Quit calling me that. She takes a moment to calm herself. And yes, I do. There's an access panel on one of the mid-range apartments on the same floor. My contact gave me the code that should get us in. You said should twice already. That makes me feel uneasy. Well, there's nothing that I can do about that. It's the plan that I was given and we were stuck with. Unless you have a better idea, we'll just have to follow our instructions and hope for the best. She turns to face you. Get me to the building access terminal on this floor and I can rewire the elevator. That's the first thing we need to do. Once we're upstairs, we use the code I was given to rewire Alisher's security system, and we hid the cameras in his apartment. Well, that's the theory anyway. Alright, let's go. The guard in the hallway? Well, he was standing next to the junction box like this one. It looks like they're both on the same circuit too. So, So I could use this one to overload the one on the guard standing by. She looks at the junction box and nods. Yes, I could feed this nice power spike into that one here. You know if you wanted me to. Do it! Didn't think it was going to kill. I thought it would just knock him out. Over here. Can we save it now? Yes. Save it and see what some of these people have to say. Welcome to Dunkley's Fine Clothier. Are you shopping for a suit? A fashionable business suit is made of ballistic cloth. It catches your eye. It would make a simpler matter to slide it in one of your baggy maintenance overalls. Let me see that suit. Good choice, style, and safety. You have a good eye. Let me show you to the dressing room. Nah. Tempting, but I don't want to lose my magics. One behind the counter smiles at you, her cheeks dimpling. Good afternoon, and welcome to Augment Tech, the boutique that makes a better you. Tell me, how can I help you? Might be the market for some cyberware. You come to the right place. Please feel free to browse our catalog. We have a huge stock of performance-enhancing augmentations to make you into the person you've always dreamed you could be. Let's look at the catalog terminal. Going over the tastefully designed catalog, you find the most Augment Tech's stock consists of overpriced cosmetic cyberware, metabolic tweaks, and to help burn away cellulite, lithium polymer hair extensions, ultra expensive leonized treatments aimed at wealthy septuagenarians. Towards the back of the catalog, you find some more practical chrome, but nothing that a Shadowrunner would want, from designer replacement limbs to nephritic screens for alcoholics. Augment Tech carries the very best in fashionable implants for the ultra-rich. This mental enhancement section is little more than promising. You don't even see anything that you could already find in the Crew Bazaar. You have to return your head when you do the last page. Grab your attention. The newest iteration of the Enchiflon system, complete with integrated math SPU. The Enchiflon Next is also called, as it's called, as bleeding edge commercial grade tech. Non-compete agreements prevent it from being sold at most services, but you found it one that it carries it. Glances on your team is great. Looking at the new good choice. Our regional supervisor has one. It's amazing. Totally worth the price. And what is the price? It doesn't say on the screen. And not interested. Thanks anyway. You know, when you're a mage, you can't invest too much in cyberware for obvious reasons. The security clearance doesn't authorize you to be in here. We're doing some building-wide maintenance sweep of all major systems. Want to take a look at your terminal? You know that I can't do that. You have to be appropriate clearance to touch the terminal alone. Besides, it's been running great since the other maintenance team worked on it last week. I'm surprised that you don't have it in your records. You know how it is with us management. The left hand doesn't know what the right's doing. It's ridiculous. Story of my life. You have my sympathies. Well, we'll be on our way then. You have a good day. Wordlessly, Jana pops on an access panel on the base of the terminal and begins snipping wires. A few minutes later, she replaces the panel's cover and stands. Alright, that should do it. I've bypassed the security lock on the elevator. We're good to head upstairs. That was quick. I know my way around electrical systems. My father used to own rental properties all over Munich, and I helped him maintain them. I've been rewiring buildings since I was a little girl. Awesome! Touching. I don't know what that has to do with getting me just getting to my meeting, but please, by all means, keep waltzing down memory lane. We'll wait. Are you ever not a dick? If you make me miss my meetings, you'll see exactly how much of a dick I can be. You're supposed to be our leader, so you pull your heads out of your asses and let's lead up, preferably in an upstairs direction so we can get done and get before security catches us. I mean, we're both mages, buddy, so... Alright, I'm gonna need you to get me to this floor's access panel. It'll be in room 303 on this floor. The door combination is 14291. Make sure you write that down. Once you get me there, I can put the penthouse door in the maintenance mode. It'll set the key code combination to 111111, so we shouldn't have any trouble getting in. Getting the plant on campus. Alright, making halfway decent time. Not good, but not terrible. But I can't afford any more delays. I hope no one else can get in our way for their own sake. Alright, let's get this done. So we get rid of you people, the better off won't be. Yeah! So we get rid of you people, the better off I will be. The first thing you said that I'll agree with. If we don't need you to finish the run, it'll be Kassir that would have beaten the tar out of you already. Sadly for all of you, you do need me. Believe me, I wouldn't be here if you didn't. Oh, and by the way, we're going to have words when the run is over, Mouse. A stream of caustic syllables pours out of the elf's mouth. His back is stooped under the heavy weight of his pack, but his hands have clenched into a fist. Look, it's trying to speak. I want you to get this over with. I want to get this over with, Kassir. I want to find a way to get these people and go. You wait for these people and go home. I agree. Trendily designed panel reads penthouse. A slick, high-grade keypad has been mounted in its door frame. We'll use the keypad. That wouldn't hit. Ah! Welcome, homeowner. This looks kind of small, all things considered. Moving the panelist, painting aside, you find a large maintenance access panel. Jana steps forward, a slight frown on her face. Okay, I guess this is me. She pulls a multi-tool from a belt and uses it to loosen the bolts that holds the panel in place. Pulling up a schematic on her PDA, she examines the terminal's wiring. Hurry it up, woman. The clock is ticking. Don't rush me, this is complicated. Popping the lid out of her toolbox, she grabs a pair of wire clippers and a soldering gun and roll of electrical tape. With a look of grim determination on her face, she begins to snip the massive harness of cables that runs through the unit. Alright, we need that thing now. He nods and reaches back to unsling his pack. Placing it on the floor, he opens it up and pulls out a large blue canister. It takes all of his strength to wrestle it up from the ground and into the space in the access panel that Jana has cleared. There you go. Dumb ox, do something useful for a change. The elf says nothing, unburdened by the heavy pack. He stands up straight, and for the first time you appreciate how much larger he is than the corporate mage. He stares down at James, and his hands bunch into fists. Stay cool, man. Almost done. The elf understands you. He shows no sign of it. He continues to stare at James down, and Mage continues to ignore him. Payload in place, Jana goes back to work. It only takes a few minutes for her to screw to screw, wire, and solder the canister into the harness. She inspects her work, nods, and turns to face you. Alright, job's done. Just need to do a bit of cleanup and we can get out of here. Nice job, Jana. Thanks. Wasn't all that difficult, just a matter of following our employees' instructions. That's great, but time's ticking, so let's keep moving. To hell with cleanup. We'll be gone before anyone notices anything anyway. What's that canister you put into the terminal? Beats me, for I know it could be full of pixie dust. They said that it had to wire it to this wall at the junction, so I did. They don't tell us much, do they? You haven't been doing this long, have you? Lodge doesn't tell you things that you don't need to know, and you don't ask. Your job is to do what they tell you and take the money to keep your mouth shut. About it afterwards. It's very simple. The Lodge? They don't even know who you're working for, do you? You're leading this team and you don't even have a clue. Both of you shut up, somebody's coming. A tall, spry, tan man in an expensive suit rounds the corner and at a jogging, comes with busting into the room. He stops short, sees what your team. His eyes looking from the panel to Jana, pried from the wall, and the smile falls from his face. What the hell? This is my apartment. I own it. What are you doing in here? Maintenance. Look at the uniform. Yes, I see that, but what are you doing in here without my consent? And you sure as hell can't go tearing up my wall without giving me advance notice. This is a waste of time, and I'm already running late. If you don't take it, tear this idiot, I will. The elf barks something out at James. The sound is uncharacteristically ugly and all harsh consonants and sibilant hisses. Simple misunderstanding. Misunderstanding my ass. Your friend just called me an idiot in his own home. He wheels on James and hands both fist. I want to know your employee number, and I want to know it now. Do you now? I'm a member of the Homeowners Association for this level, and you know what that means. I have a lot of pull with building management. Your days of wearing the uniform are numbered, I promise you that. Calm down, sir. There must be a problem at dispatch. You should have received a work order last week. I didn't receive a thing from dispatch, or anyone else for that matter. My wife and I are entertaining guests here in an hour and a half. Our living room is ruined. I need to know that you're going to fix this, and that you're going to clean the place back up, and that you'll put the new coat of wax on the floors I need. Now with that, I don't have time for this. We don't need to kill this man. The glow intensifies into a scintillating torrent of light. The energy lances stabs James' hooked fingers as if it were alive. The man in the doorway crawls in alarm. His palm slaps down on the plastic disc that had been clipped to his belt. Too late, you recognize the object. A panic button. Air fills a cacophonous wail of screaming alarms. James jerks back, his concentration broken. From down in the hall, you distantly hear the sound of heavy footsteps approaching at a run. Meanwhile, a homeowner backpedals is trying to put you wall between you and himself and James. He's moving too slowly, much too slowly. Don't let him get away! Don't worry, he's not getting any. An incomprehensible screech cuts off the major sentence of your peripheral vision. You catch a flurry of motion. The elvish companion is moving, making beeline towards James. Jana is hanging off of him, trying to slow him down. He barely seems to notice. Stop it. Damn it. We need him alive to complete the run. With a kick, he sends her tumbling to the ground and her turns back towards James. I hate the bastard too, but Jana's right, we need him. The elf comes up short, staring at you. He sweeps his vision from you to Jana to James. Then he exhales heavily and spits out a jumble of broken German. Killer, innocent of, will not stand for this. I not slave, all lodge, men, bastards. I will kill all. Great! Alrighty then. And you. Come on. Oh crap. Really starting to like her. Of course it never works out like it should. That's the story of Shadowrun. Dang it. You stop shooting me. Haha! Oh boy. Evil magery afoot. Aha! Ah! Well, at least I got that going for me. Really? Ouch. You attacked me, our elf. The fucker tried to kill me. You've been insulting him ever since we arrived. What do you think was going to happen? If you'd been a better group leader, this wouldn't have happened. You'd have, for the love of God, just shut up. Stop talking. We're both sick to death of you. You need me to finish the run, yes. So let's go do that now. Without another word, the mage turns and stalks off in the direction of the penthouse. Place the first camera, it adheres to the ceiling with an audible click. James steps forward, his fingers bent, he whispers a long string of hushed syllables and seems to vibrate in your mind. From what? Nothing seems to happen, then you blink and the camera is gone. Done. Move to the next one. Second camera clicks onto a heating vent. The lens issues irises to adjust to the light. James repeats the previous performance and the camera just fades from view. You know it. Press last camera, just forward and shifts your eye. When we get through this run, I'm going to tell my handler all about you. You won't work for the lodge again, not because you're an incompetent leader, but because I'll have a pull and I don't like you very much. What do you say about that? I'd have to say the odds of you surviving this job are looking a lot worse and worse. Now mask the damn camera. You can do whatever you want when we're done with this. From now on, shut your mouth and finish the job. Whispers the third camera. As soon as it gets it, fades from view. That's it. Let's go. We're done. Dang it, so close. Ow. For more AP damage than that, but that's what it is, I suppose. Crap. You know, if nothing else, she's doing a good job keeping these guys locked down. Yeah. Thanks. You... I will. Continue to keep up the stuff. Right, I feel like with this guy right here, it's just going to end up being like that scene in Siphon Filter, you know, with the taser from that game. Did you guys ever play Siphon Filter? Oh, God. Really weird game, but just had some of the... Probably the best taser ever, probably the best gun in the game, had like unlimited range. You could shoot guys from across the map, and if you held it on for long enough, they'd just sit there eventually and burst into flames. It's great, I loved it. Actually, I should probably get the cover because... Really? Yeah, now you like it, huh? Kinda think I should get one of these for, you know, regular runs. Well, you know, if this turns out bad, at least I saved beforehand. Can't believe it, I made it out alive. The elf and James, seasoned professionals, they both died screaming, but I made it out thanks to you. Don't thank me, you got yourself out of that building, alright? You and that taser, like, really helped me win, like those last 2 fights. You really did. Can't believe that. Not really, but thanks for saying so. Now please, call your contact and tell him that the job is done. I want to be on the next train out of here, and after that, I want to never think about the lodge again. Enter the comm code that Luca Draren gave you. Punch Luca Draren's comm code into your PDA. A few seconds later, you hear the telltale click of a successful connection. Dur's voice pours out of your PDA speakers. Sir, the job's done, I trust? Yes, everything has been completed to your specifications. Very good. Now please give me a status update on the members of your team. The elf from sheer terror and Jire turned on us. We had to put him down. James died in the escape, but Jana made it out. He clucks his tongue softly. Interesting. The elf is dead. The elf is dead was expected. He was a dangerous and unreasonable person. Disgruntled, you might say, after years of service in our employ. His betrayal of you was inevitable. Thankfully, with his death, you have gained a valuable insight into your character. I trust that James suffered his accident on the way out of the building. Very convenient, and very much as we expected. You're performing exactly as we hoped you would. Now, let us see how adequately you complete the task I gave for you. Enter the following code into your PDA, if you please. 5256719. Typing the code in the instructions of the PDA's string gets static. A moment later, familiar image of Petroleus is on the screen. The penthouse room that you bugged, appears to be a live feed from the cameras that you planted. You sure that the room is secure? You've done a full sweep? Absolutely, sir. We've run multiple sweeps to complete the sensor package. We brought in a mage to search the signs of astral tampering. It all checks out. It all checks out clean. Completely safe in here. Thank God. Call downstairs and let my wife and kid know that it's safe to come up. Will do, sir. Is there anything else I can do for you tonight? No, thank you. This will be all. I have to go. Suddenly, the air in the room seems to ignite. The screen blinding. There's a blinding flashing PDA screen cuts to static. That takes care of that. Please return to the crew bazaar and remain. The remainder of your post-run interview will conclude upon your arrival. Hang on. What the hell was that? What did it feel like? An explosion, of course. You said there was supposed to be plenty bugs, damn it. Bugs, not bombs. You did plant bugs, because here, you just saw the footage yourself. Your job was to plant the bugs. Jana was to plant the bomb. But we can discuss all this upon your return. Oh God, I killed someone. The man is dead because of me. You didn't know, Jana. None of us did. This isn't on you. Saab racks your chest. She begins to hyperventilate. I can never get away from this. They're going to follow me. This is going to follow me for the rest of my life. I killed people. I'm a fucking murderer. There's a long pause, punctuated only by the muffled sound of Jana weeping it into her hands. The dearer speaks. Your audition is halfway finished, because I'll expect to see you directly, unless you object. I'm looking forward to what you have to say about this, dear. I'll see you soon. Very good. I'll be waiting. Your return trip to the Crew Bazaar is quite one. The train from the Frankfurt tour is empty, save you. There's nothing to distract you from your thoughts. You finished the first parts of your audition. Luca Der is waiting for Cafe Cevez to administer the second. And I gain 2 karma. Save it here just in case this goes. Although I do kind of wonder if I would have gone back if I'd actually get that guy to succeed, or not succeed but live. But whatever. Alright. Welcome back, and my congratulations on a job well done. If you wanted Shire dead, you could have just said so. I would have taken the job either way. Good to know, but the purpose of this test is to gauge your adaptability. We need to know that you'll be willing to do what we tell you to do, regardless of your personal feelings on the matter. We need to know that you'll roll with the punches if circumstances change mid-run. Many of your colleagues in the Shadow community have overinflated egos. They let their personal feelings interfere with their work. My organization needs to know that you will see tasks and that we will assign you through it no matter what. The purpose of the run that you just went on was to test your willingness to adapt to change. You're still being tested by that, by the way. If you work for my organizations, you will be asked to do things that you find morally troubling. Sometimes it might even appear that we are lying to you, but you can take comfort in knowing that everything that we request of you is ultimately for the greater good. The greater good. I mean, I am a Shadowrunner and I kind of don't have many scruples. I don't suppose what you're asking me to do is too different from what I do every day for my corporate clients. No, it's not. Not so different after all. After a brief pause, he nods and reaches forward and places a crit stick on your hand. Congratulations, you've passed your audition. Welcome to the payroll. So what happens now? Now we part ways. Don't worry, I'll call you when your services are needed. He taps a nearly trimmed fingernail against the earpiece of his comlink. When I contact you with a new task, the choice of whether to take it or leave it will be yours. If you take it, return here and I'll pay you a fair sum of your services. If you leave it, well, there are some in my organization who will be quite unhappy. Good to know. Suppose it means I'll be waiting for you then. Very good. I'll be in touch. Got some more money. Buy some cool new magery. Welcome back, Asir. You're always welcome here. It's the funniest thing. When I look at you, do you know what I see? What do you see? An old primary school, decrepit and crumbling. I see you standing in a basketball court with sprinkly floors and faded lines. The air sticks here, stagnant. The whole place smells like an old sock. And then I hear gunshots and they bring me back to around the present. A strange dream. I wonder what it means. Let's actually perceive here. The eye slides open and you find yourself right at nothing. There is an elf, or where an elf tower should be, a hazy gray smear undulates instead. Absint's voice slides into your ears like a livid thing. You won't catch sight of me that way, elf. My true self is hidden, tuckered away behind a veil of time and ether. Be thankful you wouldn't like what you see. Your third eye slides shut again involuntarily this time. Back in the material world, you find yourself rubbing your temples against suddenly headache. It feels like your eye strain, only 1,000 times worse. Don't worry, the pain will fade in time. I wouldn't recommend doing that again, though. You don't need to worry about that. I won't try to read your aura again anytime soon. Believe me, it's for the best. You know, that was an awfully strange way to open a conversation. Was it? Then I am sorry. I didn't mean to offend. I am merely commenting on what I see. Well, I'd like to buy some magic. You know, let's talk to Aljon. He's just around the corner. Question for you, if you don't mind. What kind of magic do you practice? Shamanic, hermetic? Personally, the true kind, but I sell goods tailored to all traditions in my shop. We do not discriminate. Sit with your assistant. There's something funny about her eyes. Absinthe is a friend, nothing more. She helps out around the shop where the fancy strikes her. She is nobody's assistant, and I am no one's master. Yeah, but what about her eyes, though? I believe they suit her personality. That's true. What about the great dragon? The elf ponders for a moment, twisting his ring in his hand. Fairschwing, the Fire Wing. That's a name I haven't heard in some time. Over 40 years, I believe, though I cannot say for certain. Time and I do not get along well. She was among the first of the great dragons to awaken and be the first to be killed among many humanity, or so the story goes. Looks like you're the right person. You have insight? I do, in a great many matters. The great dragon is not like other awakened creatures, whereas a basilisk is nothing more than a Komodo dragon whose genetic structure was mutated by Bajik's aura. A great dragon is a creature of magic, a creature that has been seen more than one cycle of the world this is the sixth. The great dragon falls, a sound resonates across time and space. Got it, you're skeptical. How does the story go? Fairschwing awakened along with Lofweir, Nebelhair, Kaltenstein, and around the first decade of the century. She was the first seen over the Harz Mountains. After a long flight announcing her presence, she began raining fire on every town and village she came across. Sounds like she woke up grumpy. Angry, deranged, or something else. What motivates a being such as her? Well, it's a dragon, so... who knows? No one knows. Fairschwing never engaged in dialogue. Germany's military forces are said to have killed her over this SOX a year ago, the year she emerged. This after months of fire, devastation, and terror. Her body was never recovered. Whenever I hear the body was never recovered, I immediately think faked her own death. Beware the holovids, my friend. They will rot your brain. Nevertheless, it's possible that fire wings still exist. Dragons are cunning, quite cunning, and a sealed emergency zone is by the very nature sealed. We cannot know what happens inside the certainty. One must wonder what the effect of the radiation from the nuclear meltdown might have upon her. Any theories? No, I deal not in theory. Despite her death, there was rumor that she had been seen over Iceland sometime after her fall, but this has never been confirmed. Some speculate the viewer witnessed her astral form, that her body still lies in the SOX. Now, is there anything else you need to know? Now, I gotta see what you're selling. Yeah, nothing worth it. Well, I could get you, but I don't really want to, so... You want the auto stim injector. Hey. You approach the elf, you notice that he's in a mid-conversation that's moving rapidly. His voice comes out low quiet. The glossy plastic shell of a high-grade comlink glints on his wrist. Stand in on this conversation. Doing your best, you look uninterested. You lean in, slightly strain your ears. You find you can make out the doctor's end of the conversation. No, the price I'm quoting you is more than fair. It will be well below market value. In fact, if you can't pay it, that's your problem. Yes, I know the price has gone up. This is a seller's market. Well then, you'll just have to find the money or go without. I'm sorry, but I have to go. I have a patient. Sorry about that. Wait, my friend. Welcome to the Triage Cyber Clinic. I'm Dr. Zaber Izikabel. What is your name? Shake his hand. Sir, a pleasure. What can I do for you today? I found this schematic. Think you can hook me up with this chrome auto hyper injector? Very nice. The design appears to be simple enough. Yes, I should be able to provide you with this. It won't be cheap, though. Well, I need medical supplies, not I get one of you at the very least, because, yeah. I kind of want that data jack, but I don't want to, you know, fry my magic, so. And then again, I usually use magic, so I don't need a data jack anyway. Although, could be good. Be both a mage and a decker, you know. Do what I want, how I want. Yeah, that'd be great. Alright, let's do this. Hey, we'll do Humanist, guys. In addition to your team, your fixture has access to a small network of mercenaries in the Berlin area. These runners appear below your core team. The runners section screen has been hired as a mission basis. As you complete missions, both your team and members of the available mercenaries will periodically gain access to new equipment and abilities. Any new items, spells, weapons, or weapons abilities that the runner gains will automatically be available for you next time you take them on a mission. Isn't that the lady that was in the what's it? Alright, the combat medic, I guess. Alright. You are at halt, the edge of Crew Bazaar. You're only a few blocks away from Shotnest, the keys at maximum and a smuggler's call home. According to Samuel, they should be expecting you. Let's go then. Look, boss, I just wanted to thank you for bringing me along on this one. It means a lot. Don't sweat it. Every Shadowrunner has families. Even Shadowrunners have families. Alexander, he's a good kid, you know. If I'd been there for him, if I hadn't run off to Berlin, left him with his worthless sack of a dad, he'd never have fallen into those humanist pigs in the first place. The expression on Dietrich's face softens as he claps you on his shoulder. Let's go find my nephew, and let's crack all the humanist skulls we can along the way. Buggers have it common in more ways than one. Guten Tag, what can I get you? What do you have? Rough-looking dwarf with a fire plug built. with the fireplug build, holds out his hand at your approach. Whoa there, Beanpole. I don't know where you think you're headed, but you should turn around and go back right where you came. I got business on the other side of your barricade, one way or another. Beanpole? Seriously? Don't mean no offense, but look at me. Compared to me, every elf is a beanpole, and that ain't a bad thing, just the way it is. Look, we're not trying to be harassed here. Our job is to keep folks on that side of the wall out. If you really want to head out there, we're not going to stop you. But consider this a friendly warning. There's a reason why we're stationed here. There are gangs out there that skin you alive as soon as look at you. I don't have a choice. I need to get out there. If I don't, some punk gangers are going to be the least of my problems. Jake says, alright, fine. If that's really what you want, we won't stop you. He gestures to the troll and stay behind him. Let him by, Sergei. Searching the dead drop, you find a package with the telltale markings of Schockenwald and Reiter. Regarding Humanus, this is an open request for the information on the current and past donors to Humanus Poly Club. Identifying information such as home address and photographs is preferred. The presence of this hate group and its supporters will no longer be tolerated within our community. We expose them to the harsh light of truth. The timely delivery of this information will be rewarded. Freedom, equality, information, whatever that word is. Figure at the center of the group shoots you an insolent glance. His fine elvish features match Samuel's description. This must be Maximum, your smuggling liaison. Well, if it isn't the muscle that Tuck promised us. Look, who it is, everybody. The new hires have elected to grace us with their presence. Nice of you to join us. He glances at a PDA in his wrist and looks back up at you. When he speaks again, his voice is sharp and humorless. You're late, chummer. I'm here, that's all that matters. Let's have a theoretical side. Well, you come highly recommended, so I suppose we'll overlook it. If we run into trouble, you'll be glad to have me. I guarantee it. I certainly hope so, for your sake. Pile in, people, and be ready. There's rough country between us and the meeting site. We might run into some trouble along the way. All right. "20 minutes into your trip, the van comes to a screeching halt. The Maximum presses his face to the passenger window. With a mix of anger and dread on his face, you can tell that he doesn't like what he sees. Damn it, I knew this was going to happen. I fucking knew it. He cranes his neck around to look at you. Everybody pile out of the van. We can get ready, because here we're going to need some muscle in a second. As you take position outside the van, you hear a shrill voice bark an order out. A pair of portable gun turrets behind begins to self-calibrate in response. Sweeping your gaze over the gangs assembled before you, you identify the owner of the voice, a leathery woman with wild hair and a mirthless smile. She calls out again. Hello there, welcome to Rambach territory. The keys belongs to Surf Tough, slag. As for months, you better clear out in one way or before they show up, they force you out. Surf Tough, the tunnel rats, they're ancient history. Go ahead and call them. You don't believe me. Screams as loud as you want. They won't hear you. We buried them last week. Congratulations on your victory. You must have taken some losses in the fight, though. I'm betting you're not 100%. Why don't you let us cross the bridge in peace? There's no need for any bloodshed today. You know what? You're absolutely right. We don't need to fight. You just pay a small toll and we'll be more than happy to let you across the bridge. I'm thinking, say, 500 yuan per van. Otherwise, you'd better find another way to get there where we're going, because this bridge is ours, and nobody's crossing without paying the toll. Nobody. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this does need to get violent. Get ready to ventilate these assholes, because here we've got scheduled to keep. Don't worry, I got your back. Take him down, open fire. Ow! Really? Nice. First off, I'm gonna hide here, and I'm gonna heal myself, because ow! Shot here. Jesus! Still though, I think it was a little wasted that the ley lines are, you know, up there in an area that I don't. I mean, I guess if I were to fight the smugglers, I could do that, but Geek the Mage! Big wave. Well, that was unpleasant. All part of the job. All part of the job, though, eh? I mean, you're the big-time smuggler. I'm just a hired muscle. Yeah, well, trust me, it happens. I'm just glad that I had you here to cover me. Always good to have a competent woman at your back. Yeah, that's true. Gotta admit, Kassir, this attack has me nervous. We're running late and we're low on ammo, and there's no time to call for reinforcements. Whatever we slice it, we won't be going into this meeting at our best. When we roll up the meeting site, be ready. We may need element of surprise if negotiations go south. Agreed. You have ambush. The ambush was more tthan a little convenient. Couldn't have said it better myself. Courtyard of the Humanist compound is strangely quiet. The only activity that you notice is the clatter of mechanized gates as they rumble shut behind the vans. The bulldogs roll to a stop. You step out alongside Maxim and the rest of the smugglers. There are crates here, a lot of crates, all scattered with various stages of disorganization. It looks as though you've just one of many that this branch of Humanist has received. Smugglers upload the cargo from their vans with the practiced efficiency. The whole operation feels polished and professional, but you have to tell Maxim is nervous. You can see it in his eyes. Smugglers finish unloading the last of the crates, last of the crates, then takes up the position around the van. Minutes pass, nobody comes to meet you. No welcoming party. This isn't a good sign. It's almost as if they didn't expect us to make it here. My thoughts exactly. This isn't a bad spot because I'm not sure what our next step is. We need to get some answers. We need to get paid. I'm going to go have a talk with them. What you're going to do? Knock on the front door? What makes you think they'll even answer us? They've done a pretty good job avoiding us so far. Leave that to me, friend. Dietrich jerks a thumb in the direction of the Humanist compound. They'll have a hard time avoiding us when I'm here, in there kicking down the doors and lighting fires. You've got to be kidding me. That is Humanist compound, pal. You go in there and you aren't coming back out. I'm your muscle. Dealing with situations like this is just part of the job. You're serious, aren't you? Really going in there? Well, be my guest. I won't be getting your way when you make it back. If you make it back. We'll be out here waiting for you. Warning label flashed on the side of the container, judged by the amount of small print on the label. Whatever is being stored is extremely bad news. Look at the label. Warning, highly dangerous chemical agent. Do not take internally. Avoid contact with skin, eyes, mouth, and clothing. Increased aggression and reduces impulse control when inhaled. Avoid breathing fumes or vapor. Important. Do not proceed unless material safety data sheet has been read and understood. Save it. That way we don't accidentally, kill this guy's nephew. The Humanist compound sounds like a locker room and doesn't look much better. Calling the building run down would be an understatement. Paint is peeling off the cheap Duraplast walls, and the tiles on the floor are mired with decades worth of grime. It's an old, ugly place, perfectly suited for the old, ugly ideology being practiced here. You enter the compound. The information that Samuel Beckenbauer sent you here is found lies somewhere ahead. You hear a clicking sound of an audio connection being established with your comlink. A few seconds later, a soothing voice begins speaking into your ear. Sir, we have received reports that you may be headed into the Humanist compound. It is vital that the current leader remain unharmed. Other Humanist personnel are of little consequences. You may do with them as you will, but Volker Stahl is ours. Do not disappoint us. Great. Console consists of an entry field in the admin keypad. Written along the top of the screen is an imposing front words armory. Pass. Word. Yep. Handwritten note sitting on the table. Hey, Capel, you come highly recommended. Anyone who did what you did to those elves will go far around here. You can hit the kitchen anytime. But otherwise, stay close unless otherwise told to do so. Your locker code is 2619. Oh, and locker 3. All right. Crew Capel. The enthusiasm at the rally was more than commendable. Those Trog bastards really got what was coming to them. Volker wants to see you right away. His personal code is pride. Share this with no one. Wow! Why am I not surprised on that one? I had to try it. The UMS Poli Club logo fills the majority of the screen of the terminal. Welcome message written in the cartoonish aggressive font appears below you. Back to terminal, buddy. His latest group of recruits, some of them are already showing signs of promise. Alan Klein, Egon Capel, Alexander Farber, Friedrich Bauer, Shin Yamoda, Gernot Schumacher. Make sure they get assigned to their bunks in the alphabetical order this time. Said, I keep losing track of who's who in the last bunch. As always, I'm changing the code for my office to the new code is Pride. A few minutes of shifting through the sheets, you find yourself looking at the complete donor list of the current Berlin chapter of Humanist. Download the list. Download the list to your PDA. There are quite a few well-known names on there, including a billionaire philanthropist and a children's trivia show host. Dang it. The door code. Pride. Stocky man in military surplus jacket enters the room. He's flanked on the other side by a pair of young women, their faces masked by white kerchiefs, and each of them carries an unholstered pistol. Lower weapons, girls, we have guests. Soldiers exchange glances and lower their sidearms to look at you, and their stares are full of hatred and bile. There, that's better. I'll have to show you hospitality, Elf. Now it's time for you to return the favors. Tell me, why are you here? Well, I'm here with the smugglers. We brought you your shipment, and we expect to be paid. Don't you worry, your friends are already being taken care of. He smiles. Trust me, they'll get everything that's coming to them. That's supposed to be scary because I'm not impressed. Patience, Dandelion Eater. By this time tomorrow, you'll be plenty impressed. I guarantee it. Plan something big, Volker? It's going to be glorious, Elf. That gas you hauled in for us is going to prove every word that we've been saying. The Trogs, the Halfers, the goddamn dandelion eaters. One whiff of this stuff and they'll be going to tear each other apart. And they'll spill into the good human neighborhoods where we'll be waiting to stop them. You just watch and wait, mongrel. Stahl gives you a broad grin. It'll be a bloodbath. You're going to drive a bunch of metahumans crazy in order to prove that metahumans are crazy. Pathetic, man. Pathetic. For just about enough of your insolence from you, I might just have my men teach you some manners. As luck would have it, here they come now. As go wide, he takes a step towards the nearest human gunman. Alexander. Uncle Diedrich? Shoot him, Alexander. This man is an intruder and a traitor. Come to do us harm. If you're going to put a shell into someone, put it in Stahl. He's a monster, Alex. I know that you can see that. Humanist gunman flanking Stahl exchange under certain glances. One being begins to raise her pistol, but Hurley lowers it when the Humanist leader steps forward. You swore an oath to us, Alexander. You will be a man and keep it. Listen to Diedrich, Alexander. He's a good man. Is he? Where the hell was he when my dad used to beat the shit out of me? Where was he when I got tossed out on the street? I didn't know, Alex. By the time I found out, the damage had already been done. Alexander, you will listen to me and obey your oath. I don't know what to do. If you side with Humanus, I'm going to kill you. I don't want to do it, but I will. It's up to you, Alex, but you have a choice to make. If you betray your own kind to join these metal lovers, we will put you down, boy. Do you hear? We will kill you. Uncle Diedrich, wait for Alexander to act. I'm sorry. Do what you have to do, Alex. It's your choice. Do it, you stupid boy. Do it! Without a word, Alexander wheels around and points the rifle at Stahl. The Humanist leader recoils in alarm. Alexander levels a weapon, and all hell breaks loose. Well, put him out here. That way he's, safe. And then blow up these guys with a fireball. Monoball, but still, same idea. Well, he's free. Oh, I didn't click on that thing. But I have this can full of humanist propaganda. Read the first pamphlet. Human, you work hard, you play fair, and still you can't get ahead. But have you ever wondered why? The answer is simple. The elf is using the orc and the troll as muscle against you. Think about it. When you turn on you trade you after a hard day's work, who do you see? The pampered elf basking in the lap of luxury, squandering the money that you could be using to feed your children. When you walk through the dark alley on your way home from the market, what do you fear? The mongrel orc or the savage troll, lying in wait to rob you of your hard-earned gains. The elf, the orc, and the troll, all are parasites leeching away at your prosperity and happiness. It's time to wake up and do something about it. So what are you going to do, human? Wow, that was terrible. Support the Humanus Bully Club. Together we will show pride in what we are and defend ourselves from the jackals at our door. Humanus forever. Human. They say that you can't get a job because of the economy, but you know the real reason. Metahumans. The elf with the pretty boy good looks takes a high-paid corporate desk job, rises to the top, and blocks the top position forever. Never aging, never retiring. The orc is willing to work for table scraps, driving the cost of labor down and depriving you of a decent wage. The troll takes all the manual labor jobs. That's right, not even the sweat of your own brow can earn you a living these days. Join the Humanus and turn the tide of economic repression. Humanus forever. Human. You ever wonder why the dwarves' shops are all family run? They labor, and whose businesses suffer. You guessed it, the humans. Wind up paying in reduced sales and lost wages. Every day another dwarf-run store opens, and every time that happens, more dwarves flock to our neighborhoods, driving out good, honest human businesses. Out. They say it's for community. They say it's for protection. Why can't they keep their own neighborhoods? What are they hiding? Stand up for your people. Stand up for what's right. Join the Humanus Bully Club. Humanus forever. Well, that was a read and a half. Ow. Damn it! I should have done that last turn, but I'm not gonna do about it now. I knew about any movement with him. Alright. Shit. That was kind of worth it. Ah. All that and I still missed. You know, if I had known that turret wasn't going to be a factor into it, I just would have charged in there and not just kind of, you know, skirted around the outside. Yeah, well, you know. I mean, obviously I'm going to say you should give it a try, but then again, though, you know, I'm one of those freaks that just absolutely loves Shadowrun, so that's my 2 cents on the subject. Should have seen that one coming. Got one of them, so that's good enough. Yeah, should have seen that coming. Guy is just... That makes me wonder, was there anything else left up here that I could steal? Aha! I need 2 turrets here, and I don't remember one, so... Might as well do both of them just in case this is something that's going to pop up later. Awesome. Well, crap, that'd have been nice to do beforehand. Well, I guess it's on me for not looking around, paying attention to my surroundings. Oh well. Phosphorus grenade. That doesn't sound good. Yes. Burst through the door of the humanist compound into the crisp night air. You're not far from the extraction point. Time to go. I think I hit myself in that one. Whoops. Yay. Always geek the mage first. geeked him last. That is... We're terrible Shadowrunners. Oh, there's one more! I'm going to completely mess up the simplest instruction that any Shadowrunner can understand. Dang, I didn't help any. Maxim looks up at the sound of your approach. If he's surprised to see you, if he doesn't show it. Crazy night, huh? He pulls a flask from his jacket pocket and takes a long swig, then looks at you in the eye. Hope that was worth the trouble. Any luck finding our money in there? No money, but there are a few less racists in the world. And all in all, I think we can call this one a win. I can live with that. Thank Christ that's over with. You okay, Alexander? The young man looks shell-shocked. He holds his rifle clenched tight in his trembling hands. Yeah, Uncle Diedrich, yeah, I'm okay. But those guys, I knew them. One of them was my bunkmate. I killed him. Couldn't be helped. If you hadn't, he'd have killed you. Believe it. We're going to take you away from here. Back to the crew bazaar. Get what happened to you. Get to you the help you need. Yeah, okay, Uncle. Okay. Thanks for this, boss. My nephew is safe and I owe you one. One thing, the Dragon Slayer is happy too. We just did a ballsy thing to protect my family, and I gave him, monster, a bloody nose in the process. Glad to hear it. He approves. You should be. When the Dragon Slayer is pleased, he tends to be generous with his rewards. You feel the power coursing through me, boss. I don't know if it's the form it'll take just yet, but it's there, and soon it'll be enough to be able to use it. We can break up this, but we need to get moving, kid. You're with us. The rest of you pile into the other van. You can continue having your moment when we get back to the shot nest. Your ride home feels especially comforting today. The Berlin chapter of the Humanist Police Club, has suffered a terrible blow, and you've the ones who dealt it. Volker Stahl's plan to incite a wave of bloody violence across Berlin has been derailed. It isn't often the Shadowrunners get to prevent the atrocity on a job. That's true, man. That's true. Video in this picture, Paul Am slowly appears on your screen. So you have your information discussing this estate. Please come to see you as soon as you can. Yeah, well... a lot of things I need to do first. Definitely fire attunement. Ooh. I'm gonna go with that one. Let's go talk to that weird, creepy guy, and that'll probably be it for today. Went over by more than I would like to, but hey, these things happen, I guess. You mass leader yourself. Hope that pays off. It does for you. Here's your pay. $1,000. That just doesn't feel right. Yeah, worry about that next time. And I can't save it again for some reason. And here I can't. I don't understand that. Whatever. Not important. I will look at it. Thank you so much for stopping in. We'll see you all next time.